Welcome back to another production of ParkTV 16 Sports. We are on location at the beautiful high school and community of St. Louis Park, Minnesota, bringing you Metro West Conference Girls Lacrosse. This time, the Orono Spartans taking on the St. Louis Park Orioles, and there are their respective records. Orono having a great season, 8-1 so far this year, taking on the Orioles, who are back to 500 at 4-4. And it is a spectacular, beautiful day here in St. Louis Park. 72 degrees, very little wind. If it is, it's out of the southwest. That's what's bringing the warmer temperatures to Minnesota as spring continues to emerge. My name is Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us. We're streaming live on YouTube. St. Louis Park, as I mentioned, 4-4 coming in, but they've won their last two against New Prague, a tight one, 13-12, and then they beat Waconia last Wednesday, 18-5. Meanwhile, as I mentioned earlier, Orono having a great year as they are 8-1. Their only loss coming against Benilde St. Margaret's, the reigning champions of the state, back on April 16th. But since then, they have reeled off 6 victories in a row, including Breck just last Friday and Hutchinson. So we're about to begin here on ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube. This broadcast is sponsored by the City of St. Louis Park and the taxpayers and the generosity of the City Council that budgets for this sort of stuff. And so I'm glad I'm here and bringing you girls lacrosse, and we're underway from St. Louis Park High School home stadium. Orioles in white with orange numbers will go right to left to start, and the opening face-off is controlled by Orono as they come in on offense going left to right, and quickly a whistle and a foul as rushing in there for Orono was number 32. That's Layla Nick. She has 35 goals on the year to go along with 16 assists. She's the second leading scorer on Orono's team, and she'll have it for a free shot. 12 minutes on the board. Clock continues to run. Running time, 12-minute quarters, 4 per game. And now the quick dish to number 38. That's Dylan Collins, and she's their leading scorer. The sophomore gets the Orono Spartans on the board to begin with, and that goal comes just 45 seconds into the match after the opening face-off. It all started with Layla Nick, the second leading scorer, drawing the foul, and then the ensuing free play and the dish to Dylan Collins, the number 1 leading scorer. So the number 2 leading scorer gives it to the number 1 leading scorer, and that's the 1-2 punch that Orono brings to the table tonight. Both these girls, both Layla, she's got 35 goals. Dylan Collins now has 40 on the year. That's a whopping 75 goals just between the two of them, as we are getting near the end of the season and playoff season just around the corner. Now the faceoff won again by Dylan Collins, and again with it this time is Layla Nick, number 32, and that ball gets down into the corner, and it's picked up by number 23. That is Peyton Litz. She has 5 goals, 3 assists on the year. All right, now Orono with a 1-goal lead, and this is their second offensive possession of the match. So far, St. Louis Park yet to get on the offense yet as they try to come up big on defense. And backing up with it, number 38, that is Dylan Collins. Collins now gives it up to number 32, Nick, and she comes in, and her shot goes by the wayside, but the Spartans will retain possession. 10.5 minutes to go, quarter number 1. Lead pass right in front and just misfiring, going over the crossbar, taking the pass. Layla Nick wide open in the middle, the sophomore, looking for her first goal to go along with her first assist on the evening. Now, following that, the block in front by Odos, and a first save by Odos. Coming up big in goal for the Orioles, and now they are on offense for the first time. She'll launch it out to the far side, gets it to number 4 for St. Louis Park, Alicia Fitzpatrick. She struggles with it on their own zone, and now coming away with it. No, still loose. And still loose. Now Orono comes away with it again. So a turnover in their own zone, and now Orono on their third possession. They're 1-1 for goals, and they lead 1-0. Now with it, number 22. Kate Grimm now, number 22. That is Gretchen Fandel Thompson. And now St. Louis Park gets hit. That was Meg Ridgway, number 1. She's got 11 goals, 6 assists, 17 on the year. Points, that is, and that's a nice outlet pass by Ridgway. She gets it ahead to number 22. That's Lillian, excuse me. Kate Grimm. All right, now whistle and out of bounds. So what caused me to hesitate here is I'm looking at a player on St. Louis Park named Lillian Fandel Thompson, and then there is a player on Orono's named Gretchen Fandel Thompson. So confusing that how could there be Fandel Thompsons on 2 different suburbs like that? I wonder if they're related. Such an unusual name. Are they sisters? They are sisters, and they play for different high schools. Imagine that. Probably not a bad thing, actually, for the family. But okay, interesting side story there. And that was the reason for my whole hesitation, whether I was looking at the right sheet or not, because I knew there's a Fandel Thompson on St. Louis Park. So I apologize for the hesitation. All right, meanwhile, after my confusion is cleared up, here comes St. Louis Park. Rushing in that far side was Ridgway. Ball goes behind. And with 8:10 remaining in the first quarter, St. Louis Park will retain possession, only down 1-0 now. They've won their last 2, going for 3 in a row. They've got momentum here late in the season, which is what you want. And now Meg Ridgway slips a little bit on the turf, loses control, and now it's picked up by Orono. And that is number 22, Gretchen Fandel Thompson. Okay, Gretchen Fandel Thompson plays for Orono, and Lillian plays for St. Louis Park, and that was Gretchen with it. Now she's coming down the sideline, wide open space. Here she comes. No, gave it up to number 32. That's Layla Nick, and she comes in, gives it to Dylan Collins, and that is going to be Nick's second assist and Collins' second goal of the night. That gives Dylan Collins 41 on the year, and Layla Nick, that her 17th and 18th assist to go along with 35 goals on the year. So the Collins and Nick show is on its way and in top form here, scoring 2 goals here in the first quarter. That stops the clock with 7:33 remaining, and our score 2-0. So Collins from Layla Nick. And Orono off to a great start here on the road in St. Louis Park, coming in from the western suburbs to the near western suburb of St. Louis Park. Okay, on a gorgeous day, back to the center circle. And this time, attempting the face-off for St. Louis Park was number 7, Paige Descarpentry. And now coming back with it on the far side with possession is Lillian Fandel Thompson. Now here she comes as she weaves around, approaches midfield. Nice spin move by Lillian Fandel. And St. Louis Park does a nice job. Now picking it up is Alicia Fitzpatrick, their leading scorer. She's got 27 goals on the year, 6 assists. She's got it again, getting double teams. Twist, no, that was number 10 this time, Lillian Fandel Thompson. She has 17 goals along with 2 assists. And St. Louis Park will retain possession with just under 7 minutes to go. Ball loose on that far side as the sun still high in the sky here. And now Orono has it, and their left-handed goaltender, nice outlet pass, connects. And there they are, off to the races again is number 32. That is Nick. She comes in right in front and all alone. The give to number 60 right in front was Gianna Parrish, or excuse me, that's Haley Halshush. That'll be her 8th goal of the year. She came in with 8 with 1 assist. That's her now 9th on the year and Orono's 3rd tonight. And that stops the clock with 6:20 remaining. So Halshush with the 3rd goal of the evening, and Orono is off to just a tremendous start here. Orono's scores, they've scored a lot of goals this year. Their last 3 alone, they beat Breck 18-3, Hutchinson 20-5, and Shakopee 16-5. And they are off to a great scoring start here in this one against St. Louis Park. And this time, it's Alicia Fitzpatrick with it into the offensive zone. Now to Lillian Fandel Thompson on the left, and St. Louis Park will set up their offense for the second time, trying to bite into that 3-goal early lead by the Spartans. Now at the top of the key. Lish Fitzpatrick goes low, and a defense by the goaltender for Orono. That was number 25, Sydney Anderson, the freshman, with the save for the Spartans. Now the ball loose in front as St. Louis Park tries to back check, but now coming away with it is the Spartans' number 32. That is Layla Nick, and she has some speed out there, doesn't she? That is on display. The give down low to number 7, Riley Teal. And her shot is blocked by Otis, her second save of the night. Rebound, though. Meanwhile, play continues, and there's going to be a whistle as picking it up was Dylan Collins. And now quickly they'll go again, and right in front, the give by Collins to number 23, Peyton Litz. Records goal number 4 for Orono, and they are up 4-0. In the first quarter, that goal comes with 5 minutes and 11 seconds remaining.
Scoring for Orono, number 23.
So Peyton Litz gets the 4th goal. She came in with 5 on the year and 3 assists. That'll be her 6th goal. And St. Louis Park now will substitute some players. Checking in number 32. Don't have a name for her, unfortunately. But we go back to the center circle. Orono with a commanding 4-0 lead. Dylan Collins goes against number 27 for St. Louis Park, Madeline Anklam. She has 8 goals, 3 assists on the year, but Orono right in front, and Otis with another save and smothers it right in front as she robs number 23, Peyton Litz, going for her 2nd consecutive goal in less than a minute. Now the outlet pass misses to a wide open Anklam, and now Orono has it again on the turnover. So an unforced error by St. Louis Park gives Orono the ball again with 4:44 remaining and a 4-goal lead. Now cutting back left, number 22, that is Gretchen Fandel Thompson, and Gretchen Fandel Thompson gets goal number 5 for Orono as she beats Otis for goal number 5. So Orono just steamrolling the Orioles here early on. And that's going to be Lillian Fandel Thompson's 18th goal of the year, the 5th of the match for Orono. She has 20 points on the year to go along with 2 assists, and we'll go back to the center circle. Anklam versus Collins. And St. Louis Park looking for some answers here, down 5. A little more than halfway through quarter number 1. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube, and we're live from St. Louis Park High School, and Orono wins another faceoff and hits number 22 right in the middle in the offensive zone. That's Gretchen Fandel Thompson again. Now she gives it up to number 12. That's Alexander Christian, and she turns back around. And now Orono will set up shop at the top of the key. Number 20, Lila James. James now trying to get by. Good defense there by Alicia Fitzpatrick. Forces the pass into the side. Centering pass intended for Collins. She can't handle it, but recovers it now behind the net. In front, the pass and the goal to number 7, Riley Teal. And she gets her 29th on the year, and that's going to be goal number 6 in quarter number 1, and that stops the clock with 3:57 remaining.
Scoring for Orono.
So this time it is number 7, Riley Teal, and the assist will go to Dylan Collins. That's her 20th of the year. She's already got 2 of the 5 goals. 61 points. She came in with 58. So she is continuing to add to her numbers, and now she'll go back to the center circle to take on Madeline Anklam. The face-off, 3:57 remaining, quarter number 1. Face-off now goes back into the Orioles zone, and it's picked up by Fandel Thompson, the Orono version. Now to Collins right in front, and Otis with the save and the scoop. Beautifully done. Suitable for framing on that goal save there. Now she's looking for the outlet pass. Orono very aggressive on the forecheck, forces the air, and that's going to be a turnover for Orono as they are just relentless on the forecheck. And now they have possession again as the clock continues to wind down. Now the pass to number 12. That is Alexandria Christian. And she turns back around and goes to the top of the key, looking for the cutter. There is Collins. What a nice job by her to scoop that ball. That pass was a little behind her head, and she was still able to get it, showing her athletic skill with that lacrosse stick. Now with it is number 60, Haley Holschusch. She has a goal tonight. Now she picks it up. Now behind the net, looking in front, looking, nobody there. Good defense by the Orioles as they try to keep that middle part right in front of the goal clear. Not always easy. Now here comes Holschusch. She goes in unassisted, and it gets blocked, or she misses, and she'll get the rebound. And Orono will go on the offense still, and play continues on. Now behind the net. They'll try that far side. Spin move by number 7, Riley Teal. She's got a goal just a moment ago. Now Dylan Collins moves in, and now there's going to be a whistle from the back judge away from the play. And he saw contact by the Oriole defense, and that's going to give the leading scorer, Dylan Collins, another chance here. As we approach 2 minutes to go, quarter number 1. Now the free opportunity from the semicircle, coming right in and beating Otis in that upper left-hand corner, unassisted. Dylan Collins gets her 42nd of the year, her 3rd of the night. Hat trick for Dylan Collins. And that's goal number 7, which comes with 2:07 remaining, quarter number 1. So it's been all Orono here tonight. Incredible display of offense. Looking at their respective schedules, Orono has 3 games remaining after tonight, and St. Louis Park has 4 remaining. And we'll go back to the center circle. Again, St. Louis Park comes into the match 4-4. Orono 8-1. And back to the center circle. This time it's going to be Lillian Fandel Thompson doing the honors, going against Anklam. Now let's see if we get a different result. And it's trying to get it is Layla Nick, and she does scoop it up, and has a nose right for the net, but she gets pushed back. Good defense by Meg Ridgway. She forces the action back on the perimeter. That's exactly what you need to do in girls lacrosse, is keep that ball out of the middle if you can. Now with it, number 7, Teal. Now to the corner, and Orono will slow it down here a little bit with 1:37 remaining in quarter number 1. Now with it, Gretchen Fandel Thompson to the sideline, and backing up was number 23, Litz. Now with it, number 20, that's Lila James, the senior, in the middle, and good defense knocking it out was number 32 for St. Louis Park. Excellent defense. I don't have a name for her, unfortunately. And now the ball's loose, and it's picked up by Holschusch. Holschusch now to the near side to number 12. That is Teal. Teal in pass, and the backhanded shot attempted by Teal, and goes by the wayside, but she recovers possession. Now less than a minute to go in quarter number 1. She winds in, and the pass along the baseline, and the shot goes wide right, much to the disappointment of number 32, Layla Nick. She thought she had it, and she just lost control of it there at the last second. As the clock continues to wind down in quarter number 1, 35 seconds, 34 and counting. Orono may hold it for a last shot. Now in the middle, Otis with another save, rebound right in front, picked up again by Teal. Now she lofts it in for her 2nd. It might even be her 3rd goal of the night. What great persistence on display by Riley Teal. She gets her, I think it's her 30th goal of the year, 2 tonight, to go along with her 15 assists. And we are already at 8-0 with 23.8 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. Now Anklam. Back to the center circle with just 23.8 seconds. St. Louis Park needing a quarter break here. Let's see if they can get a quick shot off here. I think they just have 1 shot on goal, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 2. All right, here they got a chance with 21 seconds ahead now. And now they lose it. So good defense by Orono. Now they have it with 14 seconds, and they got a chance with their speed. There's Lila Nick. Nobody can catch her. All the way into the defense. She comes in, goes left, 6 seconds remaining. Ball gets knocked out. Good defense by the Orioles. 2 seconds remaining. Are they going to get a shot off? And they aren't. And there is the whistle signaling the end of quarter number 1. And after one complete from St. Louis Park, our score 8-0. You are watching ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube. Glad you're with us. And that will allow us during the break here to talk about the upcoming schedules for both these teams. St. Louis Park again tonight taking on Orono, and on Thursday they'll go on the road to play Bloomington Kennedy / Burnsville, a combined team. Then they're back here on Saturday at 11 a.m. take on Visitation. Then Bloomington Jefferson next Tuesday at 6. I think we'll be here for that match if I'm not mistaken, ParkTV 16 Sports. And then they finish it off at Chanhassen on Thursday the 23rd, right before Memorial Weekend. And then the sections begin in earnest. So that's St. Louis Park's schedule. And for Orono, as I mentioned early on, they're 8-1. They haven't lost in about a month. And since then, they've been on a tear. And after tonight, they go to Minnetonka, their next door neighbors out west. Then they take on Chanhassen at home, usually a very good lacrosse franchise there. Oftentimes the state tournament is held there. I think last year it was in Stillwater, but for several years it was in Chanhassen. And then the Orono Spartans will finish off the year down south next to the Minnesota River at Chaska, although their high school is up from the river on the bluff there as you approach Hazeltine National Golf Course. I should know, I grew up and played high school sports in Shakopee when it was a much smaller town, and we would play Chaska, our arch rivals. That was our big rival, Chaska and Shakopee. Not sure it is anymore. Both those schools, both those communities have grown immensely since I used to run around down there. But right now we're in St. Louis Park, and we're at the intermission between quarter number 1 and quarter number 2. And Orono is basking in this beautiful sunshine. 72 degrees, low humidity, virtually no wind as I look at the flags to the left of the scoreboard. Rock music playing in the intermission. Good crowd on hand, enjoying the beautiful sunshine. The last time we were here, the last couple times early in the year in April, early May, it was cold, windy, freezing rain. But today, absolutely glorious. All right, looks like we're about to begin quarter number 2 here from St. Louis Park High School. 12 minutes on the board. And Orono will emerge from the sideline as we wait. St. Louis Park finishing up their committee meeting. And now if you're them, you got to look at just trying. Well, you got 2 things you got to worry about. You got to try to stop them, and you got to try to get a goal. And that would be my focus, would be both, of course. That's not exactly rocket science, but to get a goal, get that goose egg off that board, and just show some sort of improvement. I think psychologically I would consider coaching them, saying, hey, it's 0-0. You lost quarter number 1. Let's just pretend it's 0-0 and come into it with that and that kind of optimism, and try to make some changes, see if you can't get a goal past the Orono goaltender, who is number 25, Sydney Anderson. She hasn't faced a lot of action. Meanwhile, Otis in goal has been magnificent. Despite the 8 goals she's given up, most of those, there's nothing she could do about it. But she's made some great saves, and she's an excellent goaltender, so keep an eye on her. She's really going to be getting a lot of action and earning her keep tonight. Okay, now back to the center circle. We're underway, quarter number 2. This time St. Louis Park in white with the orange trim and numbers win that first faceoff. So maybe that's a good omen of things to come for the Orioles now. With it, number 22, that is Kate Grimm. She's got 11 goals and 11 assists for 22 points on the year. Now to the far side, that is Gretchen Fandel Thompson. And they will take their time. And I think that's smart. Even though they're down 8, they don't want to rush here. It's important to get a nice offensive, and now they try it in the middle. Pass intended for number 28, Margot Pollock, and it's now taken over by, this is Dylan Collins, just running down the middle of the field. Pass to the near side to Teal. Teal now cuts back, and the underhanded pass to give and go to Collins. Now she gets turned around nicely by Alish Fitzpatrick. Good defense by Fitzpatrick. And now the ball is loose and Odos has it. So great defense by the Orioles. Much improvement here to begin quarter number 2. Now Odos will launch it out there into traffic. Oh my goodness. And it's intercepted, and with it is number 60, Haley Halshush. She'll come in on the side and gives it to Teal, and she's got her 3rd goal of the evening. The assist from Haley Halshush. And that is going to be goal number 9 for Orono, their first of quarter number 2, and number 9 goal comes with 10:49 remaining.
Number 7, Riley.
And the official announcement now, Riley Teal, the freshman. And I'm just noticing up and down who's scoring here and who's playing for Orono. A lot of 9th graders. So not only are they really having a great year, they have a very young team to go along with that. So the future looks bright for the Orono Spartans in girls lacrosse. And that couldn't be evidenced more than the scoreboard. 9-0 here early in the 2nd quarter. Now back to the center circle. That's going to be one of the Fandel Thompsons. That is Gretchen for Orono. And now Fitzpatrick gets it. Their 2nd face-off win of the 2nd quarter. A marked improvement over quarter number 1. Let's see if they can turn it into some points here. As we look at the clock, 10:30 remaining, quarter number 2. All right, Fitzpatrick to Anklam at the top of the key. Now to the near side. That is Lillian Fandel Thompson. Now to Anklam, and this is good. They just want to get possession, start to build a little confidence, see if they can't find a hole in the defense of Orono. But right now they're being very deliberate here. Just getting the fundamentals down. Now with it to number 10, Lillian Fandel Thompson. She'll trot around as they start to cook things up. Nice underhanded pass. And now at the top of the key, nice pass, but turned away was number 28, Margot Pollock. Now Pollock to Anklam. Nice ball rotation here by St. Louis Park. Spinning. Oh, I thought she could have spent around the left side. She might have had an opening. She didn't sense it, but there was a whistle there. And that's going to be a foul on Orono, maybe their first of the evening. So good extended possession there and a chance for number 10, Lillian Fandel Thompson, to get the Orioles on the board. That's going to come with 9:31 to go. She comes right in, and the save by number 25, Sydney Anderson. Oh, she almost lost it into her net there by accident. I think they'd call that an own goal had it gone in. Referee right there just in case, but now she fumbles with it again. So now a chance for St. Louis Park, and moving in to take advantage was number 2, Riley Ridgway. Great recognition by Riley Ridgway. She almost came up with it, and you gotta credit her innate instincts to go in there and take advantage of that miscue, and she almost pulled it off. Now Orono into the offensive zone as they try to break the back the other way. Coming in is Dylan Collins, and she gets saved by Odos, but she gets a rebound, and oh, that is Hellshows with it. Great action there in the last couple minutes. St. Louis Park almost sneaking a goal, a couple opportunities to get that 0 off the board. Now with it, Teal, she's got 3 on the night. Now back to Collins and back to Teal. She'll spin around to the near side to number 20. That is Lila James. James now will take her time. Fast moving 2nd quarter now. 8.5 to go, under 8.5. With it, Teal. Teal very active tonight. Comes right in. The shot from the outside. Tough angle, and it was well defended by number 37 for St. Louis Park. And I don't have a number for her either. Well, maybe I do. Just a minute. I do. That was Nora Robertson. Good defense by her to go along with Otis. Meanwhile, play continues, and rushing to the center for Orono was Peyton Litz, the senior, and she drew contact, and a foul was called, and there's going to be a whistle and a free opportunity for Litz. She's already got a goal tonight. And we wait the whistle. She'll come right in, take the shot. Otis deflects it over the crossbar and out of bounds, and I believe St. Louis Park will take over possession. So great defense by the Orioles. They are playing much better here in quarter number 2. Only giving up 1 goal as we approach halfway through. Last time they gave up 8 all in the first quarter, and that is slowed down tremendously. So that's a credit to the coaching staff of St. Louis Park, and the girls themselves playing a lot better here in quarter number 2. Getting scoring opportunities, and stopping Orono's. Now right in front. And another save. I might have gone off the post. I'm looking directly into the sun, so it's sometimes hard to tell exactly. And we don't have replay for you tonight. Now the centering pass. Teal can't handle it. Ball loose, and Odo smothers it like a cat on a rat. And the outlet pass is intercepted, but there was a whistle and a infraction, and they're going to give the ball back to St. Louis Park and Odos. Clock continuing to wind down. 6.5 remaining in quarter number 2. And let's see here. Odos still has it. And they've struggled with this outlet pass, and they get a fortuitous bounce. That's Meg Ridgway. She gets poke checked away, spins back around, and now she finds an opening and a nice headman pass. And another lead pass. Great teamwork there by the Orioles. They connect ahead to number 22, Grimm. Now Grimm right in front to Anklem. Ball loose. Riley Ridgway now comes up with it. Great passing there by the Orioles as they move that ball right down the field. And they had their third best scoring opportunity in as many minutes here in the second quarter. Now Riley Ridgway to the near side, back to the top of the key, Anklem. And we got a whistle from far away. The official at the far end. Now they called a foul on St. Louis Park, and they gave it back. Now the poke check away by Meg Ridgway. Oh, she drew the whistle. Wow, I thought that was a great defensive play. But the official right there called the infraction, and so clock continues to wind down, 5:18. Now they're going to give it back to St. Louis Park. The official on the far side seemed to overrule the official on the near side, so great defense by Meg Ridgway. Now picking it up, Pollock. Pollock now will rush the near side. Park starting to gain confidence out there. You can see it in the way they're carrying themselves. Now at the top of the key, that is Fandel Thompson. Anklem, now Elish Fitzpatrick. Orono's been able to keep these powerful Oriole players quiet here on offense. Now Grimm with it, number 22. She'll try to add much more deliberate. Oh, tried to look in. Fandel Thompson covered. Now long, Ridgway tries to turn around. The turn move, and great defense by Holschuth. And the goaltender, number 25, Sydney Anderson. Another great opportunity, though, for the Orioles. They're getting closer each time. Now ball ahead to Nick. Here she comes in close to Teal, and Teal records her 4th goal of the night. She came in with 28 on the year. That gives her 32. And that gives the Orioles 10 goals with 4:12 remaining in quarter number 2. So a double-digit lead. There is a mercy rule in girls lacrosse. I know this. It doesn't go into effect until the second half. And I think, or maybe they are going to start it now. It looks like it is running time. 3:47 now with a 10-goal lead. Usually the clock is stopped following a goal, but it continues to wind down. 3:40, 3:39. Okay, back to the center circle. Orioles playing much better. They've only given up 2 goals this quarter, and they've had 4 scoring opportunities. That's a 400% improvement on quarter number 1. So they just got to build on that momentum, and here they are. Here comes Grimm, and she gets pushed down, and that's got to be a foul, and it is, and a whistle. And that's going to be a free opportunity for number 22, Kate Grimm. She's got 11 goals on the year, 11 assists, 22 points, trying to get the Orioles on the board here in the second quarter. We wait for the whistle. She's going to have plenty of room. Takes the shot, bounces it, and goes wide left and out of play. So I like the strategy, not rushing in all the way and giving Orono a chance to block it and trying to thread the needle in that lower corner with that bounce pass. But now Elish Fitzpatrick, as the Orioles will retain possession, under 3 to go here, second quarter. Now with it, Fandel Thompson coming in. The shot, it gets poked out of her basket, and here comes number 32 for the Spartans. That is Layla Nick. Layla Nick, oh, she took a shot in the upper portion of her body, and that caused her to go down, and a whistle. And that'll be a free opportunity from far out, though, by, looks like Nick is going to be okay. Layla Nick having a great night too. And boy, the team speed of Orono as the Fandel Thompson for Orono comes out. Checking in in her stead, number 31 is Kennedy Mullerin, another freshman. She's got 4 goals, 1 assist, 5 points. And now the whistle and Layla Nick to number 20 for Orono. That is Lila James down at the doorstep of the goal, and it gets poke checked away. Good defense by the Earls once again. 2:20 remaining. Clock continues to wind down, and now St. Louis Park will have it in their own zone, looking for their first goal, and they will try to bring it up. Odos, though, will face some resistance right in front. Teal, and that forces her to throw it up, and she does connect. And now here comes St. Louis Park down the middle of the field with it. Was number 22 Grimm, and she got it poke checked out of her basket, and now picking it up is Layla Nick. Here comes Nick. Finds Teal. That's been a deadly combination for Orono. Now to the top of the key, rushing in, taking the pass is number 12, Alexandra Christian, another freshman, and she records goal number 11 for the Spartans. 11-0 our score, and what a great passing play that was. Bang, bang, bang. Just as I thought the Orioles were going to break down the middle, the Orono Spartans poke check it away and turn it into a goal with 3 quick passes. And they have their 11th goal, and clock continues to wind down here at St. Louis Park Orioles Stadium. I don't think this stadium has been named after anyone that I know of or that I see. It's St. Louis Park home football field, home lacrosse field, track field.
1 minute remaining of the first.
1 minute remaining, clock continuing to wind down. We are in running time with this 11-goal lead, and now the face-off in the center circle comes with 48 seconds remaining, and the ball is controlled by number 31 for Orono. That is Kennedy Mullerin, who just checked in. Now the pass inside to Teal. That shot blocked in front by Odos. Rebound in front, though, and coming away with it is number 2 for St. Louis Park, Riley Ridgway. Ridgway then gets it out, or tries to, and it's intercepted by number 18 for the Spartans. That is Sophia Robinson. And now there's a whistle, and now Kayla Nix has it. Nick comes in, the shot goes low and wide right and out of play. 8 seconds remaining. Layla Nick. 3 seconds remaining, and that should just about do it unless they get a pass off. And there's the horn signaling the end of quarter number 2. We're at halftime from ParkTV 16 Sports. You're watching us on YouTube. My name is Robert Christensen. Come back for half number 2.
Looks like we all made it. But now what?
We lost everything. What are we going to do with no fresh water?
No food.
What are we gonna do with no social media?
Kids aren't the only ones drowning in social media, but teens are definitely the most attached to their phones, which is not all good. Kids who spend too much time texting and posting are more likely to feel isolated and depressed. No one is saying throw your phone away, but once in a while, try actually calling somebody. Talking is even more social than social media. For clues on how to clear your head and brighten your outlook, try visiting one more site, yourlifeyourvoice.org.
Still no service.
All right, welcome back to ParkTV 16 Sports on Location. We are bringing you Metro West Girls Conference Lacrosse featuring the Orono Spartans taking on the St. Louis Park Orioles. My name is Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us as we're streaming live on YouTube. And this production is brought to you by the taxpayers of St. Louis Park with the sanction of the St. Louis Park City Council. And again, glad you're with us. Our score here at halftime, 11-0 Orono. They came in with an 8-1 record They haven't lost since losing to Benilde St. Margaret's girls lacrosse back on April 16th, and they've been on a tear ever since, and that has continued here with an 11-0 lead. We're in running time, 12 minutes on the board. Again, glad you're with us, and the Orono Spartans in red and white will be going left to right, and they appeared to win that first face-off, but it's going to be given to Alicia Fitzpatrick and the Orioles, looking for their first goal here early in the third quarter. Beautiful day here in St. Louis Park, 70 degrees, sunny, not a cloud in the sky. Humidity at 38%, dew point at 40. It could not be more perfect conditions for anything outdoors here in springtime in Minnesota. Now there's going to be a whistle and an opportunity coming for the Orioles from the semicircle at about a 45-degree angle. I believe that's Grimm with it, looking into the sunshine. And it is, and she takes a quick shot, deflected by the goaltender for Orono, number 25, Sydney Anderson. She's been perfect in nets for the Spartans, and she does it again there. And the ball's going to be given back to Sydney Anderson, and they get their first save with 1 minute gone in the third quarter, and they have it again. And they're looking to outlet it. Holding on to it is the goaltender, Sydney Anderson. Still holding on, and now she'll launch it. Nice, easy pass in the middle. And it's intercepted by Parks, number 34, Sela Slattengren. And now they'll come in on the offensive end. So a rare turnover by the Oronos in their own zone, but they get it quickly back. And chasing it is Fandel Thompson. And way out of the net now is the goaltender, the freshman, Anderson. A big risk there. Now she gets back, but she found herself caught quite a ways down in that corner. Orono retaining possession. Now the give to Collins. She's the leading scorer. Dillon just running by everybody into the offensive zone, right down the middle of the field, turning on the afterburners, and then she finally gets stopped by number 28, Pollock. Able to corral her there, but she looked like she was going to race right in on Otis until Pollock saves the day. Meanwhile, Orono retains possession behind the net. Coming in, looking, was number 16, getting the ball poke checked away. That was Aria Rogan, the freshman. Rogan now to the far side with it. That's number 28 for the Spartans, Lily Logan. And Logan with it. Now at the top of the key. That's going to be Dylan Collins. Poke checked away again by Pollock. Great defense. 2 plays in a row on defense by Pollock, causing problems for their leading scorer, Collins. Now Pollock versus Collins. That is a great matchup there. Individual matchup. Now coming right in, persevering, and getting by the defender, the Orioles, number 37, good on defense, Nora Robertson. But the goal is going to count for for the Orono Spartans.
Number 22.
And it's going to be number 22, Gretchen Fandel Thompson. And in case you're just joining us, she is the sister of her opponent on the Orioles side, Lillian Fandel Thompson, number 10. So they are sisters going to separate high schools. And we'll go back to the center circle. Our score now 12-0, 8.5 minutes remaining. Quarter number 3, we're in running time. 12-minute quarters. And we're in the third. All right, back to the center circle. Dylan Collins versus Anklam for the Orioles. And that is won by the Spartans. Dylan Collins comes in, draws contact. This time from Meg Ridgway. She turns her back. Now ball loose, and it gets pushed right into Odo. She tries to push it away, but it ends up in the basket of the Orono Spartans, number 43. That is Susanna Johnson, the junior attacker. And now the Orono Spartans are back in business. With it now, number 21. That is Sutton Elin, the junior. And Elin now will trot to the right side, being guarded by Nora Robertson. Now Ridgway kind of comes in to try to double team and forces the pass further out. That's Dylan Collins, their leading scorer. She came in with, well, she's got 42 on the year at least now, to go along with 20 assists. And now the ball loose behind the net and unable to get it timely was number 16, Aria Ragan. And the Orioles now will begin their second possession. Otis outlets it to the far side, connects to number 34 for St. Louis Park. That's Celia Slattengren. Slattengren will continue to rush it out of the defensive zone, gets pushed back, but only momentarily, and she'll rush it around the right side into the offensive zone. Nice job by Slattengren. Her lead pass, though, misses the mark, ball loose. And we've got a scrum on that far side, still trying to come up with it, and the Orono Spartans come up with it on the far side. And with speed, they come away with it. That has been one difference, and that was Dylan Collins, her pass intended for number 43. Susanna Johnson misses the mark, and now in the corner, and down goes Johnson with a little bit of a shove on defense from number 14, Ashley Berry. She gets called for the foul. And now play continues. Number 22 with it for the Spartans. Gretchen Fandel Thompson coming right in and delivers her second goal of the evening and the 13th of the match. And that goal comes with 6:23 remaining, and the clock continues to wind down. At 13-0, we are in the mercy rule, and that is the first goal of the second half by either team. And Gretchen Fandel Thompson, the sophomore,
5:32. Gretchen Fandel Thompson
gets on the board again. Now 6 minutes remaining and counting in quarter number 3. And we go back to the center circle, and that is going to be taking the draw, Layla Nick. Nick will go against number 27 for the Orioles, Madeline Anklum. And the Orioles just looking for some sort of answer. And now again with it is Gretchen Fandel Thompson. She just scored, and she gets it poke checked away by Meg Ridgway, and that's going to draw a whistle. Thought she had another takeaway there, but it's going to be a free opportunity here for number 22, Gretchen Fandel Thompson for the Orono Spartans. 5:14 remaining. Clock continues to wind down. And she'll find a player right on the doorstep, and she does. Number 21, Lila James, or no, Sutton Eland gets the pass and the goal. That comes with 5 minutes remaining, and it's now 14-0 this time. Fandel Thompson, Gretchen that is, gets the assist after just getting her second goal of the night. And now goals number 13 and now 14, 2 in the second half for the Spartans. And now Ridgway will come off. She's played excellent on defense. A couple nice defensive plays ended up in whistles, so I do think they should let them play a little bit more. I don't think it would hurt to have a little more contact without there always being a whistle. But that is the rule, and the referees are the enforcers, and so they're going to call that stuff all the time. And now we go back to the center circle with 4:14 remaining. 14-0 our score. And that face-off won by, again, that is Layla Nick. Now inside, right in front, and shooting wide left was number 31, Kennedy Mullerin, the freshman, and it goes out of bounds and back to retrieve it. Way behind the net is Sutton Eland, who just got her first goal of the evening, and now a free opportunity right at the top of the semicircle for number 31. Mullerin comes right in on Otis and finds the goal just inside that left post and to the right of the right shoulder of Otis, and that's going to be goal number 15. And that comes with 3:24 remaining, and that is the third goal of the third quarter and the second half. And it has just been a pinball machine, scoring at will, seemingly, are the Orono Spartans. And they look very good. I don't know if they're ranked. They did lose to the Red Knights of Benilde St. Margaret's 19-7 way back on April 16th, but they haven't looked back and lost since. Only one close one against Gentry Academy. They won 13-12 on April 27th. Speaking of the Orono Spartans, that is. And then they had a tight one with Bloomington Jefferson, which they won by 5 goals. But other than that, they've been cruising 16-5, 20-5, 18-3, just against Breck, and now they are up 15-0 with 2.5 minutes to go. But here comes Elise Fitzpatrick. She's the leading scorer for the Orioles. Looking for her to get something going. Her pass intended for Anklem at the doorstop of the Orono goaltender, and that ball got by her. And now Orono will take it back over, an unforced error. Turns it over to the Spartans with 2:09 remaining. Now centering pass in their own defensive zone as the Orioles start to put extra offensive pressure in the zone on defense. That's a back check in hockey. Seems to be an appropriate term for girls lacrosse. And now starting off with it for Orono Spartans is number 31, Kennedy Mullerin. And she loses it right at midfield, and coming away with it is Fandel Thompson for St. Louis Park. That's Lillian Fandel Thompson, and she finds some room on the left side, and it gets poke checked away by Layla Nick. And now Layla Nick, look at her speed. I can't not comment on it because it's so obvious. Look at her come right down. Defense comes up, finds Elin on the doorstep, and she has trouble with it, but she regains possession and she'll spin back around, and Orono will set up their offense. So a near missed opportunity by Nick as she tried to find Elin. And boy, the overall team speed of the Spartans.
1 minute remaining.
What's the old saying? Speed kills, and it does, especially in lacrosse, as is being displayed by the Spartans here. Now less than a minute to go in quarter number 3. Inlet pass intended for number 20, Lila James. She loses it. Now coming up with it is Layla Nick. And what helps me remember her name is Stevie Nicks, and then the song, I don't know, Layla, but that's not sung by Fleetwood Mac, but it does help me remember her first name, Layla Nick, and she is one heck of a player for the Spartans, coming in with 35 goals. She has 3 tonight and a couple of assists, and now she's going to go for another one here with 13 seconds remaining in running time. She comes right in on Otis, tried to go high and throws it over the crossbar and out of play. Clock will continue to wind down, and that should conclude quarter number 3. Our score after 3 complete, 15-0. Stay with us for quarter number 4. Let's see if these Orioles can get on the board and avoid the shutout. That's really got to be the competition within the competition. And that's exactly how I'd be framing it if I were the powers that be for St. Louis Park, and just say, hey, it's a 0-0 match here. I did notice that Orono has gone to their bench with a sizable lead as it is. And so here's a chance for St. Louis Park just to try to improve, think about what they've learned, and see if they can get a goal. That would really be a victory for them, is to get on the board here. The match started out quickly, though, for the Spartans in quarter number 1. They scored 8 goals. They had an 8-0 lead. And to St. Louis Park's credit, they have cut that production in half, as they've only given up 7 in the last 2 quarters. So that's a 50% increase in their defensive ability. And now they're looking for some offensive opportunities. They definitely created them in the second quarter. I can think of 4 stellar opportunities where they were right there on the doorstep, just couldn't get the break for the goal. Last quarter here was all Orono again, and now both coaches imparting their wisdom and experience and training on their players, as everyone else here is enjoying the home pipe music. And it just could not be a lovelier day to be outside doing anything. 70 degrees again, very light winds. Right now I look at the pole and there is no wind and no humidity, no dew point, no bugs yet, no mosquitoes. It's just a perfect Minnesota night, and everyone is out enjoying it. There's a Timberwolves playoff game, I've heard, going on in Denver tonight, not till 9:30, so everyone's going to get all the sunshine, and then they can settle in if that's what they prefer to do, watch a little basketball. Little Twins got the Yankees in town. All kinds of great sports in this great metropolitan area, and no other place to be than right here in what I call my favorite suburb of the Twin Cities, St. Louis Park. It's got everything. It's got geography. It's got parks all over the place. Great shopping, restaurants, easy thoroughfares. You're 5 minutes from downtown, 5 minutes from Lake Minnetonka. The best of all worlds right here in St. Louis Park. And we're glad you're with us as we're bringing you this broadcast live on what we call ParkTV 16 Sports. You can find us on the internet or on YouTube. Just simply search any match or our station and you will find all the matches. And I was counting the other day, this is my 350th broadcast with ParkTV 16 Sports, including all kinds of different sports: lacrosse, baseball, soccer, football, hockey, basketball, softball. Had a chance to do a swimming match a few years ago, but wasn't able to make that. Otherwise, it's been a privilege and an honor to bring you high school sports. It's really, really great joy to do it, and I'm glad you're with me here tonight. I hope you're enjoying the broadcast. All right, now, following the quarter break, we are going to the center circle, and that's going to be Meg Ridgway to do the honors. She came in with 11 goals, 6 assists, and 17 points on the year, and she'll take on the leading scorer for Orono Spartans, Dylan Collins, the sophomore. Layla Nick, the second leading scorer, is a freshman, and this is a very young team, the Orono Spartans. I expect them to be vying for championships not only this year, but for years in the future. So the Red Knights and some of the other powers that be have their work cut out if they run into Orono in the sections. Okay, we're back to the center circle this time. St. Louis Park going left to right. They defend the south goal. They'll be going towards the north goal. Wind 7 miles out of the east, but you wouldn't know it looking at the flags. All right, play underway. We're in running time with a 15-0 score. That went into effect when it was 10-0 in the second quarter, and now Orono with it in their first possession of the fourth quarter. And weaving in there for Orono is number 43, Susanna Johnson, the junior attacker, and she finally loses it, and great defense by Orioles as she gets taken down by Fandel Thompson. That was number 14 with the ball. Ashley Berry doing a nice job. Now she'll get it ahead over to Nora Robertson on the defensive end. Robertson looking for some space to pass it or come along the sidelines, and she gets pushed out of bounds, and a whistle goes against Fandel Thompson. Now Nora Robertson, as she gets it poke checked away by Fandel Thompson, and she finally gets it back. Fandel Thompson just relentless on the forecheck. And now she'll get it going to Dylan Collins. And these Orono Spartans, they want more here in the fourth. Under 11 to go in the match, fourth quarter here. And again, you're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube. My name is Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us now. And Orono now with the ball in the far corner. That's number 10 with it. And I don't have a name for her, unfortunately. And now to the top of the key, that is Gretchen Fandel Thompson. So there's two Fandel Thompsons, they're sisters, but on opposing teams. And I would love to interview them both to see what that experience is like. I haven't seen them have much one-on-one contact, though, in this match. Now that is Fandel Thompson spinning around. Now picking it up is number 43, Susanna Johnson. And Johnson will trot back to the top of the key. Oh, there was a whistle and a stoppage, and now Dylan Collins has it around the 20. She'll dart around the defense, and now Ridgway gets back into position. Now the pass to the top of the key to number 31. That's Mullerin. And now another whistle. No, that's Collins with it. Dylan Collins. Now Collins with it. So they're being a lot more deliberate here with the 15-goal lead, 15-0. Now with it, 43, Susanna Johnson tried to spin around, gets it poke checked away. Ball still loose in front of the goal, and now chasing it and coming up with it is number 43 again, Susanna Johnson. Now Dylan Collins with it, number 38. She's their leader, as only a sophomore. She's the leading scorer, so unquestionably the leader. Now she'll, oh, nice move there. A hop on that right foot, created an opportunity, but the defense swarmed to stop her. The pass given to number 23, Litz, and as she went to shoot it. She lost control of it. In hockey, I'd call she fanned on the shot, and that's what it looked like to me. She fanned on it there, but she did regain possession. Now it's poke checked away expertly by number 33. That was Addison Deegan for the Orioles, and now with it is the Spartans as they have maintained possession throughout the beginning of this quarter number 4 as we're in running time. Now with it, number 21, Sutton Elin. If she gives it up to number 10, and I don't have a name for her, my apologies. And now that is Gretchen Fandel Thompson, and she'll trade places here. And now Fandel Thompson with the shovel pass behind. That was niftily done there, showing her passing skills. Little flick of the wrist pass. Excellent. Now with it, number 23, Litz and Orono. They are laying off the gas here with coming up on 8 minutes to go. And now they'll weave around. Again, that's Litz. And now that is Gretchen Fandel Thompson. So they are allowing clock to run down here as the outcome is not in doubt here. And now Gretchen Fandel Thompson with it. Now looking in there and intercepted by Elise Fitzpatrick. And a nice, beautiful outlet pass to Pollock as she sprints into the offensive zone. Trying to catch her and pushing her from behind is number 39. That is Izzy Bile. And now Pollock all the way tries to stuff it in along that left post, and the save made once again by Sydney Anderson. But Pollock ran a good 70 yards on a dead sprint around the net and almost stuffed it in. But the freshman goaltender for the Spartans comes up with the save, and she preserves her shutout. Now, meanwhile, back into the offensive zone for the Spartans is number 31, Kennedy Mullerin, and now a whistle, but the clock continues to wind down in running time. And with it is Collins. Collins now will work the left side. She's got that little stutter step with the right side. That's a patented move that I've just detected. And now the quick shot and the save by Odos as the pass went down to the doorstep. And it was to Lila James, and she got stuffed by Otis for another great save by St. Louis Parks. Otis, now the interception right in front of the goal by Dylan Collins. And that has been a problem area for the Oriole girls, is just getting the pass out of their own zone. And this time Otis gets intercepted by the Spartans' leading goal scorer, Dylan Collins. That comes with 5:33 to go, or 6:09 to go, I should say. Clock continuing to wind down here. And it's now 16-0. And I've lost track how many goals Dylan Collins has tonight, but I think that's got to be at least 4. She came in with 58 points. She's now into the 60s. She maintains the leading scorer title for the Spartans on their team. Layla Nick is second, and she has had a couple assists and a couple goals herself. And this scoring machine, the Orono Spartans, are something to behold here. A rematch with Benilde St. Margaret's would be must-see TV. If they ever meet in the sections, we might be there to bring it to you. All right, meanwhile, the Orioles are 4-4. They're going to go to 4-5. Now rushing in is Grimm, and the shot and the save by Anderson, as she had quick reflexes as Grimm tried to go between the legs. Great opportunity there. And now here comes Alish Fitzpatrick. This is a showdown right here, and it goes right. Oh my goodness, Alish Fitzpatrick had a mini breakaway right in front, and Sydney Anderson maintains her shutout, and that is really the game and the focus now. Can St. Louis Park ruin the shutout for Sydney Anderson and the Spartans? The 9th grade goaltender hasn't faced a lot of opportunities, but when she has come up stellar. No bigger than that last save on Grimm. She really showed her skills there. Now she'll launch it out and overshoots number 6. That was Courtney Zudana, another freshman out there, although the Spartans are going to their bench. And now the Spartans come up with it on the far side, rushing that far side, coming in, and now finally Nora Robertson pushes her out. The pass, centering pass, is loose, and Odos has it. And now Park with it. That's number 10. The other Lillian Fandel Thompson. And now here come the Orioles rushing it in nicely on the near side, deep into the Orono zone. That is number 9 for St. Louis Park, Riley Uyankst. And she gets it poke checked away, and Riley Uyankst will keep it. And the centering pass of the goal, it's Aklem. And the Orioles break the spell and get their first goal of the match, and that is a huge goal and a victory for St. Louis Park, and that is Madeline Anklam who took that pass and deposited behind Sydney Anderson, and I'll bet she is one disappointed freshman out there. She thought she had that hat trick or a shutout, and I thought she did as well, but she played stellar. And St. Louis Park avoids the shutout, and they are going against a superior team here, and I'm sure they would admit that if they were honest. And to come up with that goal shows their perseverance, their unwillingness to quit, and to just keep moving on. What a metaphor for life. And that is what is so, for me, beautiful about high school sports, is just to see that resiliency. You're down 16-0. And you work hard to get that goal. But meanwhile, here come the Spartans, and they are ultra competitive as they should be. And that is Dylan Collins, and that is her response to that goal. I think it's a disappointment for that whole squad that they gave up that shutout. It's not just the goaltender who gets credit. It's really a team effort. And I think they would and are disappointed by that. And as I look at their former scores, as they announce Dylan Collins' like 5th or 6th goal tonight, they haven't come anywhere near a shutout except just their last match last Friday, May 10th. They won 18-3. So and they did have a almost shutout against Waconia. They won 17-1, which is exactly what the score is here. And now, quickly, we're under 2 minutes to go as we are in running time in the 4th quarter. But the Orioles got that goal in the 4th quarter. That is a victory for them. Psychologically, now they're going to go against, coming up their remaining schedule at Bloomington, Kennedy, Burnsville, then visitation at home. Jefferson comes here. They're having a great year. And then at Chanhassen to close it out. Meanwhile, the Spartans come in, and now there's a player down. Slow to get up for the Spartans. 1:23 remaining. Very slow to get up. I don't see a number. And she is struggling, and I think that's number 32? That is Layla Nick, their second leading scorer, hobbling, favoring that right leg. It could be a hip or a knee. And that hopefully won't be too serious, but if she's going to be out for any number of games, that is a big blow to the Spartans. And now the clock is stopped, so running time does not go. She is trying to put a little bit of weight on that right side as they come out of our camera view, and I'll keep an eye on her for the next minute and 22 to see how she's doing. It's either a hip, I want to say a hip injury. She now limps her way out of camera view and has a seat on the bench, and a coach trainer is going to attend to her, but she is rocking and obviously in some pain there. All right, play continues. 1:16 remaining, coming in. Collins, and she goes low and underneath, showing her natural athletic ability. Collins has the last 2 goals, and that might be payback for the injury, although I don't think it was anything other than accidental. But now it's 18-1. She still may be sore after their team gave up the shutout just a few moments ago. And now Collins will come off. And you do wonder about the wisdom of playing your best players when you're up 16-1, 15-0, risking injury late in matches like that. Although I think it's pretty hard to persuade these girls to get off the field. I certainly wouldn't like it, but you wonder about those kinds of questions now. 32 seconds remaining in the match. 18-1 our score. Back to the center circle as the sun continues to lower on a beautiful night here in St. Louis Park. And that is Fandel Thompson with it. She runs to the left side, and that's her sister playing defense against her. Interesting. First time I've seen them go one-on-one, face-to-face in the match here. And I call that a draw between the Fandel Thompsons. 8 seconds remaining. 6, and that should just about do it. Teal with it. She's got several goals tonight. Top of the key, and there is the final whistle, signaling the end of the match. So for Paul Broden, our producer, and everyone connected with our production at ParkTV 16 Sports, my name is Robert Christensen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again. Have a great night.